How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, born to battle. Hey, hey, strong chest beats we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. Hey, hey, when the star shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And like I said in previous videos, Cowboys Nation, the Dallas Cowboys are damned if they do and damned if they don't. During the pregame show on Fox, Terry Bradshaw went on record saying that if he were Jerry Jones, he wouldn't have made the trade for Quinnen Williams, that he would have kept the draft picks and went into the draft to get future players. So we're going to take a listen to the two clips that I got for y'all, and then y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to what the crew of NFL on Fox had to say about the Dallas Cowboys trade for Quinnen Williams.
What about the Cowboys getting Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson to help that second worst-ranked defense in the league?
I would not have done that. I know they're not going to win the Super Bowl. I know they've got those draft choices. I would have saved the number one. I wouldn't have given it up. I know they got pass rushing now, but I would not have done that.
Did you feel like Jerry felt like he had to make a move after that game?
Well, that's not my problem, Howard.
Well, but Quinnen Williams is one of the most talented defensive linemen in the league. But it was a lot for a team right now that doesn't look like they're on their way up.
His therapist, aren't you?
I am. Jerry calls me every day.
Every day.
No, he does. Every day.
That was a lot for a team right now. I mean, we gave up a first-round pick for 2027 and a 2026 second-round pick with Mozzie Smith. That's a lot to give for a dog in Quinnen Williams? I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but I refuse to listen to a man who is a fan of a rival fan base when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. It's not the fact that I feel that Terry Bradshaw doesn't know what he's talking about, because this man played the quarterback position at a very high level for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This man won 4 Super Bowls during his tenure. You would figure that he would know what a great trade was, but apparently he seems absolutely clueless, Cowboys Nation. You know, I just don't understand why GMs would covet draft picks over seasoned players already established in the NFL. I mean, I agree with a number of Dallas Cowboys fans who said that you never know what you're going to get during the draft or how your draft picks are going to turn out, but you do know that Quinnen Williams is a dog and that he'll be able to add to the toughness of this defensive front. And to keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation, as much as I want to win this year, we also have to take into consideration the next few years for our Dallas Cowboys, because you could be wasting the last run of your franchise quarterback waiting for draft picks just to develop for the team. But jumping into the last clip that I got for you, Jay Glazer sends his loves to the veterans before Veterans Day, but also gives his perspective on the Dallas Cowboys trade for Quinnen Williams. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut.
For the Quinnen Williams trade, the Dallas Cowboys, what people don't know, actually all the way back in the summer, were trying to get Quinnen Williams, wanted to offer up Micah Parsons to the Jets in a trade for Quinnen and a draft pick. Jets didn't want to do it then, but as the Tuesday trade deadline kind of started coming about, the Cowboys knew, you know what, I think we can get him, and whatever it took, they wanted to dive in. They were over the moon to get Quinnen Williams.
We are over the moon to get Quinnen Williams. I'm sorry, but the New York Jets could have had Micah Parsons if they would have just played ball with the Dallas Cowboys during the preseason. They didn't want to play ball, so they missed out on bringing a transitional talent to their team. Instead, they're bringing a 2027 first-round pick, a 2026 second-round pick, and Mozzie Smith. Not for nothing, Cowboys Nation, but the Jets fumbled the ball on this trade. But y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
I'm being keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation, first and foremost, I got to give love to the veterans who have fought for this country. Happy Veterans Day to each and every one of you, to the ones that's watching this video, and to the ones that are not. Happy Veterans Day. But I tell you, Cowboys Nation, We are damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. If Jerry and Stephen Jones would have made no moves before the trade deadline, every single talking head on the air would have been calling the Dallas Cowboys front office stupid. They would have been dragging Jerry Jones through the mud, but seeing that Jerry indeed made one of the best moves that he made since trading a first-round pick for Amari Cooper, it was wrong to make the move? You know, the talking heads aren't talking about the fact that the New York Jets were having a fire sale. They want to speak on the fact that the Cowboys and the Colts took the Jets up on their offer and capitalized on them. I don't care what anyone says. The Dallas Cowboys won the trade with the New York Jets. The fact that Jerry and Stephen Jones made it to where they didn't have to give up any of their first-round picks for the 2026 season was one of those gambler moves by our owner/GM. The Dallas Cowboys get to go into the 2026 NFL draft with both of their number one picks. They could actually take one of those number one picks and turn it into a second-round pick with the possibility of a player depending on how desperate a team is to covet that first-round pick. Honestly, I would go to a team like the New Orleans Saints or the Cleveland Browns or any of those bottom-feeding teams and try to negotiate giving them the Packers' number one pick in exchange for a second and a player or a second and a third-round pick. This way, the Dallas Cowboys can bolster their roster with a veteran as well as add to it through the draft. But one constant I keep hearing from these talking heads is the fact that the Dallas Cowboys won't be going to a Super Bowl this year, and that's the dumbest reason not to go out and trade for a difference maker this season. Trading for said difference maker will give them the time needed to get acclimated to the Dallas Cowboys system to have a leg up on the opponents next year. But this trade also makes the interior of the defensive line even stronger. Not only that, but you reunite Solomon Thomas with Quinnen Williams, making the defensive rotation even better for our Dallas Cowboys. But Jerry and Stephen Jones were trying to get Quinnen Williams ever since they were looking to trade Micah Parsons. But of course, the New York Jets didn't want to budge. They didn't want to play ball on the trade, but ultimately giving the Dallas Cowboys the player that they wanted without sending Micah Parsons to the New York Jets. It's honestly their loss and our gain. They could have had number 11 on their defense, but would ultimately settle for Mozzie Smith and a couple of picks. Now, the New York Jets are praising Mozzie Smith's acquisition as if they got Micah Parsons or something. So, Cowboys Nation, the Dallas Cowboys can go into the offseason and the draft not having to worry about drafting a defensive tackle because they have a plethora on the team right now. Honestly, if I were the GM for the Dallas Cowboys, I would be looking to add a premier safety in this upcoming draft. If Caleb Downs from the Ohio State Buckeyes falls into our laps this upcoming draft, I would waste absolutely no time in drafting him and putting a star on the side of his helmet. This would help with the aggression at our safety position. This way, you could either release Malik Hooker or Donovan Wilson while holding on to Wanye Thomas to give us the dogs that we need in this secondary. So, I agree with the move that Jerry and Stephen Jones made before the trade deadline expired. Both moves helps us in places that we truly needed the help in, Cowboys Nation. It upgrades the defensive tackle position while adding muscle to the linebacker position. Now, all that we need to do is either find a great defensive coordinator or allow Matt Eberflus to get his act together so that this defense can go from last in the league to top 10 in 2026. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you think about what Terry Bradshaw had to say about the Dallas Cowboys trade before the deadline expired? Do you think that we should or shouldn't have made the move to get Quinnen Williams? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share it with your friends who are Cowboys fans, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will help ensure we get out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans so they can see this content and want to join the Angry Cowboys fan family. But if you are DC for life and you have faith in our Dallas Cowboys moves before the trade deadline, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdowns, or Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay. The Dallas Cowboys are going to have to go out there and prove these talking heads wrong this year as well as next year. Whether it's during this season or next season, we have to go out there and show these talking heads that the moves that we made will pay off in the long run. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.